Alright, alright, alright. Hello everyone. It's me, Generic Pie, back with another game for you today. And this is an episode of Peepin' Tom Bombadil, which is when I peep on other people's games that have been shared to me within the Discord community. And it's fun. I don't know anything about the game other than the fact that someone thought it was so good that they wanted to share it. And in this case, it's been shared by Price G335. Price G, we played it a few times back in the day. I don't think we played in quite a while, but we've had some good games. Very, very nice guy. And their game was against Ketchup Tam. I love that name. I can't say it normally. I have to go Ketchup Tam. So Price G was playing as the Shadow, and Ketchup was playing as the Free People. They decided to bid, and the Free People ended up with 2 tokens. So, without any further ado, let's dive into it and see what happens in this exciting game of A War of the Ring. So, the Free People started off with Fear Fire Foes. Interesting. That could be an exciting start, potentially. And we got a Balrog, where if you're going to get it, you want to get it early. And we got the Hill Trolls. So, not bad cards, certainly. No eyes, and no eyes are rolled. Ooh, that's the danger, or could it be a gift? Let's see. Okay, so if you don't roll any eyes, this is the kind of roll you want to see from the Free People, because they're not going to go on some ungodly charge all the way through Moria on the first turn. So they start off wisely playing the Palantir straight away, means they can draw into another card. And they draw into Wizard Staff. Interesting. Another card that's great to have early on. And then they move down Isengard. Lots of Palantirs for the Shadow. And understandably, they draw some cards. Yeah. You could play the Hill Troll straight away, but I think it makes sense to draw cards early here. See what you get. They decide to go for Lorien. So that Balrog's going to be played. Oh, yes, it is. They start moving across the Doodaroo. Presumably what they're going to do is combine the armies and then bolster it with the Hill Trolls to make it super strong. The Fellowship moves. Obviously there's no rolling required. Saruman is brought into play. A ring is used. Okay, I think that makes sense. When it's effectively a free movement. You could do some mustering here as the Free People, but it looks like it's going to be too late to make much difference in terms of the elves. And yeah, I mean, looking at this, it seems like the Shadow are going to go straight for Lorien. There's nothing going on here, so moving the elves down might just be pointless. And I guess you could do something else. You could move Gondor down, but I think in this instance, using a ring makes a lot of sense. There we go. We got the Hill Trolls as predicted. And they decide to move the north down. Yeah, because they're thinking, what's the point of moving the elves down when they're probably going to be put to war by this army anyway? And they also, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure I would have used both of the forward mustering cards on this army. It does make it super strong, and it does mean that you can likely take this down and go somewhere else. I think I might have kept it up my sleeve. And probably played Balrog, got that on the table so that you can either have it ready to play as a you can have it on the board to potentially get some nastiness going through Moria, but also then have it ready to play as a card in battle as well, because it kind of then you've got both sides of the. I suppose if they want to use it here in combat, then it makes sense not to play it. Or could have drawn a card. I think I would have drawn a card personally, maybe. Anyway, it's all very small mini decisions here. What's going on here? Well, what if I just switch and use half orcs here? That's fine too. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. Okay, so they've undone the use of hill trolls, and okay, so I was saying there were bit of maybe overkill to use both. Instead, they've just used the other mustering card and not used the hill trolls. Okay, that makes sense. And now they've drawn a card. Okay, brilliant. So basically, what I was talking about doing. And they've drawn into Warmest and Toil, which is another fantastic card to draw this early in the game. Super. We go on to turn 2. The Shadow gets a new Powers Rising. Amazing. Probably the best tile drawing card as well. There's Another Way. Amazing. But also too early. And Tom Bombadil. Okay. You know, maybe like a C tier card for the free people. 3 Eyes in the Hunt. Okay, that's a lot. And no musters, crucially, as well. So that means that Sauron, they can't actually attack into here. Interesting. So that means, in theory, you could get the elves all the way to war using these two, and then use the third one to muster into Lorien. I would be tempted to do that in this situation. Perhaps even use a token, and then you can double muster, double mustard for the catch-up time. Delicious. Okay, and on this side, okay, yeah, that's an unfortunate roll. I mean, the only room, and also, you know, you got 4 eyes against 1 movement. That sucks for the Shadow, I must say. I think in this instance, you're basically just going to be combining armies, doing pretty standard army stuff. Might be tempted to save this to try and get someone onto the Fellowship, actually, because Fellowship going to be moving pretty chill, if they get discovered, that is. Which is, in itself is quite unlikely, actually. Yeah, so maybe not. Let's see. Thinking sorry, all good. They decide to... Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so the Hobbit is going all the way to the Shire. Okay, so they're doing that. Then they're going to use one of these dice to play Fearfire Foes. Get them toward... So I guess they're worried about... They don't want to move against 4 eyes. Which is understandable. Moving against 4 eyes when you could be going into Moria. Okay, I can get it. But equally, you might want to kill the Gandalf. You might want to kill the wizard. So getting hit at this point isn't the worst thing in the world. You're not guaranteed to get revealed. And you are going to slow yourself down. And it also means you're going to be using one of these potential musters, which you could be using to get Lorien up, buffed up, just to get the North to war. And that's probably just going to mean that the Shadow just don't attack the Dew line. I'm not sure that's even that great. Could be good for free people military shenanigans. But it probably just basically means the Shadow goes, okay, screw this, I'm going to go here. Especially with the elves almost definitely going to be at war as well. So yeah, I think the main benefit of this is to actually be aggressive and go military. And to do that, ironically, you kind of want you need that 5th die ASAP. So yeah. All right, we're getting some very aggressive ring usage. Oh no, of course, because they've got the ring, so that means they can get the muster. Aha, of course. Okay, that changes things significantly. Fearfire Foes gets played, North to War. At least because that means they can't get the Witch King this round. Even though the North are at war. This gets moved, that gets moved. Double single muster, interesting, okay. And Warmest and Toil gets played, yep. Another big muster in Carrick. Okay, I like this is interesting. Really going hard on the North mustering early on. I'm really interested to see what Ketchup Tam does with this situation. And the elves are put to war. Yes, I forgot about the ring. I'm not used to having a ring so early. Last few games I've played, the free people have been very stingy with their rings. Right, so we get the Palantir of Orthanc and Monsters Roused. So a great card to play, perfect card to play in combat if Durin's Bane doesn't do the job. And we get an Elf card, so an Ent card, and Daylight, which is a perfect defensive card to use. Oh my god. Oh my god. Poor old Price. This is awful. This is absolutely awful. Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. At least this time they've got lots of movement. I'm just going to pause a sec. Okay, and I'm back with you. Right, so where were we? So yeah, Price just did this absolutely awful roll after doing a pretty awful roll in the previous run. The only positive here is that Catch-Up Time has rolled some movement, but it does also mean that there's a huge chance of the wizard showing up this turn and very little getting done for the by the shadow. So yeah, amazing turn for the free people here overall. Yeah, actually, to be honest, in a way, having this many eyes against you as when you want to kill Gandalf, it's not even a bad thing, because even if you somehow, if you get missed the first time, you're almost certainly going to get hit the second time, and you want to get hit the second time. So yeah, that would be the ideal situation. So let's see. Did they get missed the first time? They don't. Okay, and so this is a good outcome. The question is, do you go into Moria or do you play it safe and go slow? Given how slow the military is, it might be worth just playing it safe, going to Goblin's Gate, or do you prioritize speed? I think there's arguments in both cases here. I've had plenty of games when I have had no need to rush, decided to go to Moria anyway, and then lost to corruption just because I get bombarded with nonsense. You know, even by when you play really, really cautiously, that can happen. But equally, there are other games when you go slow and then you stop rolling movement, and then you just get crushed by a sudden surge of shadow military. So I do think these kind of situations, it's very much after the fact. It's easy to say, oh, this is what I should have done. I think in the wake of my horrendous luck with corruption recently, I would be tempted to go here, because in the last two turns, Shadow's basically doing nothing militarily. So I think I would go to Goblin's Gate and go that way. Also, because there's no Shadow armies coming up here, and they probably won't, it means you'll get a free run without any armies sitting on you. So let's see what they do. Yeah, they decide to go the safe route. Ormasaur and Toil. Let's see what they could take. You probably don't want to lose... You want to lose Wizard Staff since you just lost Gandalf. End card's not too bad. I'd probably want to keep... They would definitely want to keep There Is Another Way. They've lost There Is Another Way. Okay, so that sucks. I'm guessing this is Witch King time. Yep. Flipping all of the armies. And now we get Gandalf time. Gandhi in the house. Lorien is attacked. I think it's also going to be Balrog. Durin's Bane time, sorry. Elves at War. Durin's Bane versus Daylight. Daylight may be an advantageous position if you're feeling frisky. They go with the advantageous position, does nothing. So maybe they're saving the Daylight for round 2. Maybe they're saving it for another fight, thinking this is unlikely to actually survive. I think if the Durin's Bane goes well, I just save the Daylight. One hit. Okay, let's see how this combat goes. Bad for the Shadow. Quite good for the free people. Press draw. Okay, now I'm definitely playing the Daylight. 100% playing the Daylight. Oh, but they do run into Cruel Weather. That's nice. That's very nice. No card. Okay, I think now I would be very strongly inclined to play the Daylight, because there's a good chance that if when you've got you're rolling 3 dice, this army, you know, if you can just hang on in there, only one hit, you know, with 6 dice, that wouldn't have been a hit, but they roll rubbish back. Is he going to press again? Decides to stop. Okay. Now we have a Palantir being played. Okay, so they did... Sorry, the free people mustered another one in Carrick. What are they going to do here? Are they going to Dol Guldur? Are they going to Mount Gundabad? I wonder, are they going to combine Mega Forces in Old Forest Road? Let's see what happens there. Shadow, obviously you've got to play a card here. What do you play? I think I would be inclined to play Palantir of Orthanc. Palantir of Orthanc. Get that on the table. Get that on the board, especially given the free people have already used a ring. They're probably not going to want to use another ring. it might force them to use a will, slow them down a little bit. Decides to go New Fair Rising. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I think most of the plays here would be fine playing. I think it's legit to play the tile drawing card as well, get that played. The only problem with the New Pairs Rising, I think, is that it's quite nice to do that as a surprise, a little bit of a surprise. And then potentially now, it does give the free people heads up. They might prioritize moving this army next turn. Whereas if you'd done that in a turn when the free people didn't have time to defend, you could have done a surprise attack on the Rohan. Anyway, the free people flip the Fellowship using the character die, which is, yeah, great use of the character die against so many eyes. Very good, very good. Draw into Challenge of the King and Círdan ships, which is fantastic given the elves are at war. Day Without Dawn is drawn and the Nazgul Strike. I presume you get rid of... Oh, this is a nice hand. A nice hand. What do you get rid of here? I honestly don't know. Tricky one. Really tricky one. Man, that's a tough one. You could gamble it and just get rid of the red tile. Because, I mean, it's a great tile, but it's never a guarantee. And if you want to just focus on getting the military going, and you've already got 2 decent cards to try and slow down the Fellowship. You could get rid of Nazgul Strike, but again, that's really handy. I don't know. Let's see what they do. They go to Day Without Dawn. Okay, I can see the logic there. Day Without Dawn, when you get rid of it, it still lingers as a threat because the opposition think you have it anyway. So yeah, I think that makes sense. No eyes rolled this time. Now getting all the musters. Can at least get the Southrons to war, but not much in the way of getting the armies actually moving around the board. Lots of Palantirs. So yeah, that would have been nice to play. If you'd played the Palantir Vorthank, could have played those early. And yeah, they wouldn't have the will to stop it. So really tough rolls for the free people here. Tough rolls all round, to be honest, largely. So free people move, Fellowship. They are hit with a single die. They get the 2, at least not revealed. Axe and Bow will be played. Yep. Now Palantir gets played. Nice. So yeah, just if you'd done that the other way around, there was no benefit to, you know, playing New Powers Rising rather than the Palantir if you're going to play the Palantir anyway. Okay, force them to use a ring to get rid of it. So maybe it's the same outcome regardless. Armies move around. Some Nazgul get spawned. That's interesting. I don't normally prioritize getting Nazgul early, but when you've got this many musters, I suppose it does make sense. I presume the other 2 musters will be used to get the Southrons down. Yep. Southrons are moved all the way down because catch-up time keeps passing. Now we get... Okay, we're doing the Nazgul train. We're going to ride the Nazgul train. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Getting them on those 2 spots, force them to be stuck on a Nazgul thingy. And also move the armies around so we get a nice big batch of leadership over here. The mustering continues in Carrick. What's going to happen? And Lorien gets attacked again. What do you play? Got to be a desperate battle, I think. At this point, I think maybe, I don't know, if you weren't going to play the Daylight before, why play it now? Let's see. Well, can I play one? I think it's price. Mate, you've got 5 cards. You're going to be drawing. Definitely play the Desperate Battle. You've got to play the Desperate Battle and keep cycling the cards, man. They decide to play a character card. That's interesting. Has to be Black Breath, surely. So I presume that's to cycle cards. I personally I'd much prefer to play the Nazgul Strike, but if you want to cycle into a stronger card, perhaps. Nazgul Strike's quite strong, I think. But okay, let's see. Maybe they want to get a stronger card. Catch-up time rolls 4 on the Sudden Strike. Doesn't do anything. Price is rolling like shit. That sucks. But so are the elves, so nothing happening here. I mean, to be fair, it's good that he didn't play the Desperate Battle there because it would have done nothing. Would have done absolutely nothing. And now they draw into another red tile. Okay. Is a red tile... I mean, I think I still would have rather used the Nazgul Strike rather than just having more red tiles at this stage of the game. Let's see. Gondor starts moving down. Oh god, yeah, this is going to be tough for the. This is really going to be tough for the Shadow in this game. Really going to be tough. Tempting to just go. Maybe that's what they're doing, going hardcore corruption at this stage, because looking at how slow the military is and how much time the free people are going to have to defend. I mean, you're going to be able to really buff up the Gondor. Dew is pretty much a no-go zone. So the only cheap points they're going to be able to get are presumably Rohan. And even that's, Rohan is a quagmire. So, yeah. And this is the problem when you just go for one Elven Stronghold early and you don't have any way of doing a kind of a pincer to also get Rivendell or Woodland Realm or something else. I mean, obviously it's hard when you don't have the dice to do another attack, but it does leave you in this position where if you even consider going for any of these other Elven Strongholds, they're going to be so stacked by the time you get there that it's going to be, an absolute nightmare. Anyway, so we get a red tile goes into the hat. We get Mithril Coat and Sting. Again, it also sucks when you're getting all these great cards, but you're getting them in a Warm with Sorin Tor game. I've had this before where you get Mithril Coat, you get There Is Another Way, you get Bilbo Song in the first 2 turns. There's this bastard card sat there, and it just makes all these cards almost a hindrance in a way because you're desperate to use them and you're anxious about using them. Anyway, so now these armies start coming across, presumably to try and hopefully go for Dol Amroth, but Kid and ships are waiting for them there. Interesting game. I can see why Price shared this one. Right. So the free people draw through a day and a night. Given the way this game's shaping up, could be a really useful card to play the card effect, because I think this could be a game where free people shenanigans could be on the table. House of the Stewards, maybe. Hard to get Boromir down here now. What'd you get rid of? Got to be Wizard Staff, I think. Dreadful Spells and Shadows Gather, great cards. Yep, they get rid of the Gandalf card. Just another casual 5 eyes. Nice. Eye City. Let's have a look at the stats. So just a +5 eyes for the Shadow. Normal game. Yeah, +5 is crazy indeed. The free people move against just the 5 eyes. So we get a double hit. Going to be an eye. It's a 3. Okay. Lots of damage. Presumably we get a random hit. Yep. And it's the Bozzer. So we're definitely not playing House of the Stewards. Morris on tour. Knowing the way this game's going, it's definitely going to take Mithril Coat and Sting. Yeah, of course it is. Classic. Oh, mate. Losing Mithril Coat and Sting and There Is Another Way when you've got House of the Stewards. I mean, there's an argument for just keeping Challenge of the King in the previous turn just to soak up. I don't think he had drawn Mithril Coat at that point, though. Oh, man. That sucks. Alright, so we got a Dreadful Spells. Going to be used on Lorien. It does nothing. Oh my god, these rolls. Oh no, we're using it for Devery of Orthanc. Okay. So, still does nothing. Again, I don't know if I want to use that as a... I think I'd still just... I guess he's trying to cycle character cards at the moment. Yeah, okay. If you're going hardcore corruption, yeah, sure. Dude. Yeah, dude, 1. And then we get 2 hits back. So, going to be a stop. Oh, they're going for the press. Okay. Fair enough. Now you've got to play a card. Otherwise, you're in huge risk of this just not getting over the line. I think you've got to play Desperate Battle. You've got to play Desperate Battle. Both kind of flubbing. No card. Desperate Battle. Oh my god. Okay. Phew. Okay, I was really feeling for Price there. If that doesn't get over the line, you're in trouble. Trash. No, I wouldn't say it's trash if you get the 2 hits. I think that's fine. You just need to get in a way. You don't want to use the. I know this isn't how dice work, but it feels like it. You don't want to use your good dice when you don't need your good dice. You know, save your sixes for when it matters, if you are going to roll those sixes. All right, so armies start combining. This little army starts going down here. Have to be careful when this. I mean, there's a lot of little spots that this northern army has to go through. But in this game, I would be slightly wary of actually leaving Lorien and Dol Guldur undefended. I think I might be tempted to leave this army here, actually. Maybe even consider a Shadows Gather. If you are going to send it somewhere, Shadows Gather 1, 2, 3, and then go up here. Try and do a surprise attack on the Rivendels. Okay, so they're going here. Interesting. They're going down. They're not going up. They're going down. They're going down, 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 down. Oh, so okay. Okay, so I was wrong. They're going to defend. They're going to defend. But the Free Peoples have a move, and then they have a ring. So they might end up using all of the rings. Shame there's not a hobbit here. You could... Ooh, that would be quite tasty. That would be really interesting. If they use the will to separate someone into this army, then they use the Palantir to play through a day and a night. Because if you're the Shadow, are you really going to use a ring just in case they have through a day and a night? It's a gamble. If you see them separate and move someone in here, you probably do. But then they can do through a day and a night to here. And then they go into Moria next round anyway. So this is a really cool situation for the Free People, because whatever the Shadow does, even if they use a ring to get into Dol Guldur, they're losing Moria. Let's see. So that's what I would do. I would separate using this will, which hasn't really got much other use, and then play through a day and a night. And that also having a companion in here makes this army super strong. The only problem with that is it makes the Fellowship a bit weaker. So I'd probably just send a Hobbit, maybe? Maybe just a Bobbit. And then keep maximum meat shield potential, so you can slowly get over the line. Ooh. Wait, what? Okay, they changed their mind. They changed their mind. They instead go here. Oh, is that for Shadows Gather? 1, 2, 3. Yes, that must be for Shadows Gather reasonings. Interesting, interesting. Catcher Time's thinking. He's back. Decides to move the Fellowship. Okay. I don't know if I'd do that against this many eyes, given the way the game's going. I think I would prioritize trying to take down the Dol Guldurs. But we will see. But it's alright. Just a 1. Takes corruption up to 3. Fine. Shelob goes into the hat. And then we get Kid and Ships. Okay, so that turn wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. I think that the Free People might have missed a trick there. But maybe you're prioritizing keeping the Fellowship healthy. But I really like the idea of the separation into the through a day and a night. The fact that the Fellowship is nearby this army makes it just so perfect. Getting a sneaky little Hobbit in there, bloop, 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 and then da-da, you've either got Dol Guldur or you've got Moria, and then you can really start thinking, you've instantly changes the whole dynamic of the game. The Shadows on the back foot, yeah. They can still do it, but it's going to be a bit clumsy now, especially if they don't get a good roll next turn. All right, to reprove the Swifter, interesting, and Imril of Dol Amroth, as if this wasn't buffed enough already. Breaking of the Fellowship and Ologhai. So, okay, so if you want to hurt the Fellowship at this stage, breaking could be quite powerful, actually. What tiles have we got left? We've got 2 3s and a 2. If you get those, I mean, it will make your military life difficult because these guys could really cause some nonsense, cause some trouble. But I think the priority would be, it would be, making it so the Fellowship is weaker. So yeah, I think it would still be worth it. Declare or no? They decide to declare. That's nice. Okay, just the 2 extra eyes added this button by price of standards. That's not too bad. So now it's much more easy for the Shadow to defend if they want to. 3 people move. They're hit again. It's a 2. Are we going to risk a random here? Are we going to just eat it? You don't want to lose Strider for a 2, but equally taking 2 here, you're starting to get into dangerous territory. Okay. Can't buy a reveal. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, see, now that's the thing. You had that opportunity to get into one of these, and now you're going to have to use attacks to get in. You can't get the cheap walk-in, which is makes it so much easier. Effectively would have saved at least a die. Potentially, you know, if this holds out, that could mean you're having to downgrade, because it's sometimes a nightmare to just get roll 1/6 without that leadership. So yeah. Anyway, Shadows Gather. So this army will come up here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Fully defended. So we really have got a dynamic here where the Shadow are on the defensive. Another little Nazgul train is forming. Gonna ride the Nazgul train all the way to Mordor. This little fella's making a cheeky dash for Moria, which is going to now force the probably to use this muster to muster in here. Okay, so they're going in there. Oh, so they're going to try and cut them off. Interesting. Do we have a scout? So scouts wouldn't work here because they wouldn't be able to go into an enemy's territory anyway. Yeah, I can only guess that the 3 people didn't consider the through a day and a night move, because if they had, I don't know why you would just do this much slower version of it. Okay, so we're getting... Okay, they block that guy. That's good. That's nice. And that means this army can get into Moria. That's cool. This army's moving down here. Okay. Now we're doing this. This is crazy. What's going on? But this army can't... You don't want to put that army against that army. That army's got fucking 5 leadership. I don't really understand what's going on here. And now we've got Hill Trolls. Imrahil. Okay, but we're getting some beefy stuff going on here as well. So Northland Durin Vale from Witch King. So this would be the ultimate time to play a Scouts if you had one, to then go to Dimrill Dale, and then in the first... That's, to be honest, unless you have a Swarm of Bats, it's very, very dangerous doing what Price does here. Because if you don't have Swarm of Bats and you're attacking this army, and they have a Scouts, which they could easily have at this point in the game, there's 3 Scouts in the deck. You attack, they Scouts to Dimrill Dale, and then first dice next turn, they walk into Moria. So you basically handed them Moria. So I think that's hugely risky. In this instance, they're lucky. There's no Scouts, so it could pay off. But yeah, I've been stung by that kind of thing before. You got to just basically assume that the 3 people have Scouts, and that's that kind of situation, because otherwise you're going to get screwed a lot of the time. Sometimes they have 2 Scouts. Sometimes they have 3 Scouts. I've seen that before, and that can be very funny and very frustrating for the 3 people. So now the Daylight's played, we get Dread and Despair, which means we're not going to have many units played. How many forfeiting? Forfeiting 4. 2 hits. That's pretty good. Just the 1 hit back. So yeah, this army, which has been a long time in the making. But having said that, yeah. So now the other thing is you press, and then they still get to walk into Moria. You almost want to stop. Yeah, I think you want to stop there, because then at least if they move their first thing next turn, you can attack them, and they can't scout into Moria, or you can move that army in here. Yeah. So that's my thinking there. You either attack and stop, or you make sure that you have Swarm of Bats. Right, so here we have the Shadow Lengthens and Orc Patrol. Getting great cards here, the Shadow. Really, really good cards all game pretty much. Making up for their horrendous dice rolls a little bit. Fellowship Declare in Woodland Realm to get rid of... Man, the Fellowship's going slow, but going safe. Might be wise. I don't know. That's going to make them very slow. Very slow. I don't think that's usually the right thing to do. Even with War Missile and Toil, you've already lost the cards. I mean, Bilbo's okay. Now I've just realised they've drawn into Bilbo's song, so that would have made the ultimate War Missile and Toil mega, the Triforce of awfulness for the free people, taking out Bilbo's song. There is another way, and what's the other one? Yeah, we just need to take out Athelas as well to get the big four. Anyway, so War Missile and Toil is gone. 0 Isles added to the hunt this time. That's amazing for this. That's a nice meaty roll there for the shadow for once, and a good roll for the free people who don't know that Day Without Dawn is gone. So they're going to be rushing to use their wills, but naturally they get into Moria, and this army is strong in Pelargir. They also have they've already paid Theodan's ships, but they can obviously muster in Pelargir if they get the Gondorians to war. Orc Troll played. Can't be played. Can't be played, right? It's not in a region containing free people. So it's literally sat in a free people settlement, bro. Yeah, can't be done. Moria with North Dunland. Okay. I think at this point, yeah, this is why you really, really, really didn't want them to get into Moria, because that army was kind of a bit of a sitting duck. If you had these two covered, this army was kind of a bit useless. It kind of like, I think once they'd missed the opportunity to get in using the Through Another Day and a Night, you had chances to defend using the musters. And once they're mustered, the ketchup struggles against the mustard. Sorry. But now you're going to have to get this army there and get this army there and chugga. It's going to waste so much time, probably going to churn really, it's basically taking down another free people stronghold if you want to do it, which gives the free people so much time and actually justifies doing this, to be honest. Yeah, this is going to be, and they're going to be able to play Shadow Lengthens to get this army in here. But boy, oh boy, is it going to be slow. And it's going to use a lot of dice. So what happened there? Shadow Elite to South Rune. Yep. Okay, so they're marching up. I think I would have been inclined to play the Shadow Lengthens if we want to take this down. If we're not taking this down, what are we doing? Where is this going? Is it going up here? That's going to give them lots of time to muster, and that's not a big enough army, so I'm not sure what the plan is. Okay, they are going up there. Interesting. Okay, they decide to use that as a blockade. Interesting. Do they now have scouts? Still no scouts. I think I would have preferred to just... how many elves do we have left in the force? Okay. Only one elf left in the force pool. All right, okay. So that does change things a little bit because there's not... But having said that, that means you definitely want to muster at some point. You can use the will to muster. But you also could use the wills to move against a single eye. 2 movement against a single eye is good. You still got a pretty buff fellowship. I think I would have wanted to move twice this turn and use the muster to muster in Wooden Realm. Ooh, hello. Nice little saucy move down here. But the Gondorians aren't even at war, so they can't even attack into here. Is that just blocking? Shadow Lengthens. Okay, that's nice. They go in here. Okay. Beefy. Beef City. So they're not going to bother with actually taking this down. They're just sitting an army on it. I guess. Yeah. Northern Elite Dale. So, God, how much of the North have been mustered this game? All the elites have been mustered from the North by turn 7. That's very rare. Not sure I've ever seen that before. Old Forest Road is attacked. We get the confusion. So, Through the Day and Night is used the confusion in the end. Price G just smashes them, finally getting a good roll. No ones at all. You know, screw you, Confusion. Laughs in Confusion's face. One hit back. Now you can't muster an elite in here, which kind of sucks. And you can't even move this army in. Yeah, I'm not sure the three people played this quite right. There were situations when you could have moved an army. You can give up Dale and really buff up the Fulham realm. You could have used that to get another elite in here. Yeah. Do they have Thranduils or something? No. But you are moving the Fellowship at least, getting them moved. So they missed. Fulham realm was put under siege. Token is played to get Gondor to war. That's nice. Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, so you can almost... they can't quite win it this round. But they can put this under siege with that using a ring. But surely what the three people do, obviously, is they just move this army in here right now. You don't mess around. You do not mess around in this situation. You get this whole army in here to defend Umbar. Oh, you attack them? Or you just attack them, I suppose. That could work as well. That could work just as well. You just attack them. Maybe that's even better, actually, because that kind of does two things. You know, kills two birds with one stone. You attack, you press, you press, you press. The only places they can go... The only downside of that is the fact that you can press, they can run away to East Horondor, and then next turn they can go for Farharad and Angmar, which would be interesting. I've never seen that actually win a game, I don't think. I've seen it come very, very close to me a game, but it does open that possibility. But to be honest, I think this army would take them regardless. We do have a Daylight. That's the only downside. If this goes badly, if this goes like freakishly badly for the Shadow, then it does mean that you could lose the game. Because they could just take them if this army holds somehow. Price gets the 2 hits. Catch up time gets the 1 hit. So yeah, really bad for the 3 people. They press. But they decide to hold anyway. So that they were thinking of that, but then the Shadow didn't take the bait. We prove the Swifter. Oh my god. Gandhi, man. Oh, the Gandhi man can. So Gandhi is not hugely useful in this situation because there's not any Nazgul there. He's not great in... He does activate Brave Stand. He activates Fateful Strike, which isn't that great anyway. You want to keep Bilbo Song anyway. So basically activates Brave Stand. It puts a target on the Gandhi's head. And there's no Nazgul here anyway. It's a risk. It's a big risk. I'm not sure if it's the right play. Draw Valor and, well, Eomer and a blue tile. Fellowship Declare. So they're no longer hanging out with all of the bad dudes. Don't you heal if you go to Dale? Let me check. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you do. Do you heal if you go to Dale? I've never actually declared into a city before, I don't think. So that's nice. Yeah, there's no reason not to go, other than the fact that when they attack here, I mean, the only benefit of going here is that it's less likely. There's no reason for the Shadow to go here into Old Forest Road again, other than to sit on the Fellowship. Whereas there is definitely a reason for them to attack into Dale, sooner rather than later. So Price may have given himself a small benefit there if the Fellowship moves a lot. They only roll 1 movement anyway, though. Okay, so we move here, combine armies. This army's a bit stronger again. Now, bro. I keep saying bro, like a 12-year-old. Anyway, so Dale is attacked here. I'm not, again, do you prioritize that? I think you got to prioritize this, right? Because if they attack into Umbar, I guess you can attack at them again. Yeah, it's not a... But it does mean they're getting closer. Yeah, you can just attack with this army into Umbar. But running out of dice. Not that the free pool has many dice. They would have to attack using their only character die, and then they would have to use a ring to try and win the game, which I don't think they would. Dale from Southland runs. Nope. One hit back. They run away to the dwarves. Yep, so that's super buffed. It's going to be very, very hard to take that. Pass. Moves. So they're buffing a little bit in Umbar, a little bit in Minas Morgul. We get another Nazgul. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so they get one in Angmar. I think that's smart, just to cover that base. They decide, rather than attacking into here, they decide to just move the Fellowship, which I think is probably wise as well. I don't think... You're not going to do it here. The other play with this army is to switch tact and maybe combine with this army and go charge into Mordor. I think that's, if you're going to win the game, that's by far your best shot, because the free people, even if they take Woodland Realm, they're only going to be up to 5. So there's still quite a long way away to get to 10. This can be mustered. If you leave Ministry of Earth open, they can take it with this, but that's only going to take them up to 7. Meanwhile, you do a massive charge between these two stacks. If you can get the jump on this army and get in here and then get into Barad-dûr or Morannon, you can win the game that way. I think if I was a free people, that would be my plan. And this could actually be playing into their hands here. If they attack Gandalf, Gandalf scouts away, or just, if they don't get butchered here, go to South Ithilien. They could combine with this army and then do something tricksy. We'll see. No point shining. We come to kill with the 2 against Valor. Okay, interesting. So Price gets just the 1 hit, just a 1 hit back. Dice in general haven't been very good this game, I feel. 1 hit from the We Come to Kill. So that army's getting a bit pathetic. Press, they go back here. Okay. So that was the chance to go on the offensive if you wanted to go to South Ithilien and cause some mischief that way. Or even, to be honest, I think I'd be more tempted to go to Osgiliath, because then it's easier to combine these armies. And you still get the defensive bonus. I think that's what I would do. I would have gone to Osgiliath and tried to consider doing a mega. Buff up this a little bit. Combine, wait for the right turn. Maybe even try and get Aragorn. If that's possible at some point. If we already played Reprove the Swifter. Try and get Aragorn down here. Maybe try and then make that the goal. Because there's no way they're taking back this anytime soon now that this army's gone up here. Carrick is once again being used for mustering purposes. Woodland Realm is attacked. We're getting Black Breath. In a game where you're kind of relying probably... well, it's not really a corruption game anymore, I suppose. But Black Breath's rubbish. I think I'd still prefer the Morgul Wound. 1 on leader, 1 back. So Woodland Realm is going down. Draws into Cannons of Corpses. Okay. What card do we play here? Probably just play the Deadly Strife and get it done. Nope. Decides to hold on to the Deadly Strife. Been quite restrained with their card usage, actually. Both sides holding on to that Daylight, not playing the Deadly Strife. I think in this situation, what have you really got to lose? Do you want to play Hordes of the East to get this and then try and take that down? I don't know. I think if you combine these 2 armies, you might be able to take this anyway. And you can always muster up some Oliphants if you need more support. The 5 regs are useful, but I think I still might prefer just to use the Deadly Strife, nip this one in the bud. Price roll's great anyway, so yeah, you didn't need the Deadly Strife. Fair enough, that makes things a lot simpler. And now you do get to hang on to the Deadly Strife. No cards, rolls a 6. So yeah, Price's dice Oh, nice. Elven Rope is played. Nice little blue tile into the thing. Cruel Weather puts them back into another. If you're going to use Cruel Weather, don't put them somewhere where they're going to heal. I guess it gives you more rerolls, but I think I'd rather hold on to Cruel Weather and use it somewhere they're not going to actively mean that they get an extra HP next turn. Because presumably they might have, well, they didn't have to declare out anyway. They might have just stayed in here anyway, regardless. But I don't know. More nonsense going on. So these are combining in Westerondor. Pass. Turn 9. This is going to be a long video. This is going to be a long video if this game goes on until like turn 15 or something. Right, the Lidless Eye. Many Kings serves of Mordor. Declare good. Okay, so they do declare out of here. They decide not to stay. Oh yeah, they can't heal. Oh, I see. Right. I'm talking nonsense because the Woodland Realm's gone anyway, so they couldn't heal. Yeah, so ignore what I was saying. But didn't think of Old Forest Road. It still does the Cruel Weather thing. It does its purpose. Still moves them back a step, which is fine. Another crazy roll for Price. What's the eye count? We're now up to +6. Beautiful. Buffs in Pelargir. A leader in Pelargir. Okay, going hard on the leadership in Pel. Carrick is getting mustered to the max. Never seen so much mustering Carrick in my life, I don't think. Pelargir's attack, no card, no card. Terrible dice from Price. Not nice. Catch of Time does 3 back. Woof. Press. They stay. Risky. Price plays no cards. We get a card from the free people. What are we going to get? Probably a Brave Stand. Advantage position. Okay, that makes even more sense actually. Yep, great. Doesn't matter. Price was 2 5s anyway. And not such great dice on the free people. 2 hits. But this army is getting smaller. They decide to run away to Osgiliath. Creeping up the victory points now. Now up to 6. If they get this, that's 8. And then, which is presumably the plan, given this huge army's here. And then where do you get the other 2? I guess Helm's Deep. That makes the most sense, I think. I wonder if the reason they didn't muster in Woodland Realm was because they didn't want to put a target on Rivendell. But there's no way of them attacking Rivendell anyway. Osgiliath is attacked by this little army. The only danger here is if this army gets blapped, then the free people are going to get a free march down to Osgiliath. But if they take it, you lose the Gandyman. So a really good, like a freakishly good attack here would hugely change the game. So Price gets 3 hits. They get the 3 hits on the Gandalf. Wait, how? Oh no, the 3 is the reroll. So 2 hits, so very close. Yeah, I misread that. I thought that was the number of hits for a second. 2 hits. You don't go into Minas Tirith at this point. Playing a dangerous game with the Gandyman. Was it not an extra hit there because of Great Hosts? Oh no, well the extra Great Host didn't do anything. So yeah, so it's fine. So and then they muster again. Okay, what's the force pool for? Okay, loads of mustering left to do. Still curious why you don't just combine a Minas Tirith at that point. I guess you want to take back. Okay, you want to take back that so you can take back Pelargir and then try and march down to Umbar. This army has been very spread and gradually decimated, so I can see the logic there. Now we get the Nazgul Search, which forces the reveal. These armies start moving across to try and defend. Cool. Pelargir, no card. So preferring to, yeah, I guess against this many eyes you don't want to move twice anyway. Catch on Time gets the hit that they need. Price G does not get the hit back. So that's an interesting situation. Now, oh, wow, okay, that's really interesting, because now what can happen is, first dice, they can attack into West Rondor. Then this army can attack into here, but even... Oh, they can't actually run away into near Harad, can they? No, they can't. So they can't run away into... okay. That's tricky. We'll see what happens. Are they finally going to draw scouts? Nope. Still no scouts, amazingly. And the shadow is drawn, Black Cat to command, and a swarm of bats. Okay, that's good. That's useful. All right. Good roll for the shadow, I think, given the situation. And a very aggressive roll for the free people if they want to do some military nonsense. They have been slowly building up the Carrick army. Is that just intended to do like a... Probably going to try and take back Woodland Realm once this army goes in here, maybe? Or if they can really muster it. There's only one Northman left. They're never going to take down Mount Gundabad. Okay. What's happening first? I thought you said that's fun. I thought it was a strange spelling of Aragorn for like a little Arrogans. Osgiliath from Minas Tirith. All right. Hello. Terrible dice though. From Ketchup Time. Ketchup Time. They press. Okay, they're going for it big time, big style. Annoyingly for the free people, the one time when they have all their attack dice, the shadow has the ultimate defensive role. So they've got options here, but it's going to be interesting to see how they play it. It's a bit of a game of chess here. I think I would almost Westerond from Pell. Okay. No card. Catch time rolls 1. Nice. They get the hit. Nothing hit back. So that's perfect. They're obviously going to presume they're going to attack back here. But then if they do that, you can loop back to here and then go here. Then you go blum, blum, blum and try and go from around. That's what I would do, I think. Because then you got the jump on them. That's nice, though. That's nice. So he's attacking Gandalf. He has to attack Gandalf. Now the shine is good. Yep. Brave stand against Words of Power. So the Gandalf is cancelled. Which could be really powerful. That could mean dead Gandalf. But only 4 dice. Price rolls badly. That's unfortunate. If he had rolled 4 hits there, it's probably GG. 1 hit. Wait. Yeah, so 2 hits back. Press draw. Again. Oh, man. I don't think that's the play. Been here before. I think I would want to go back here and then make a dash for... I don't know. Let's see what happens. They move down here. Interesting. Now, oh wow, Hordes from the East played there. That's rare. That's really rare. Although that Deadly Strife might have come in useful. Had 5 extra men in this situation. The problem is, though, this army can attack into here and just take... They can get Gandalf into Umbar now. They can get Gandalf into Umbar without any forces to muster it or defend it. So you're going to be able to... And this army is going to provide a nuisance as well and just get in the way. So this is going to be spicy. Spicy meatball. Ketchup time passes. That was surely the time. If you're going to do it, that was surely the time to attack into Umbar. And... Now they're attacking Gandalf from the 5. No card. Price gets 1 hit. Ketchup time gets 3 hits back. Yeesh again. Yeah, what is ketchup time? What are the dice? Yeah, so Shadow's dice have been absolutely abysmal this game. Really, really bad. Especially since they've been rolling on 5s quite a lot. Not getting any of those 5s. Right, so now back wizard back to the heavens. Oh my god. Everyone's running away now. After all that. It's oh, this is frustrating. I really wanted them to go for some glorious assault into Morannon or something. But there's been some fun shenanigans down here. So now we get the swarm of bats. I think that nicely protects them. But yeah, still opens up a pathway into here, around here. But they don't really have the dice to do it now. Okay, so they decide... Oh, they do decide... Okay. What the hell? They decide to just muster instead. Okay, yeah, I think that's a safe thing to do. Elves and Dale. What's going on here? Now they start moving armies around. The battleship is moving. Rolls a 6. Get hit. What's Gilead? I'm going to go through this a bit quicker now because we're on the hour mark. And I don't know how long this game is going to go on. So some good hits from all round. The army goes back into Minas Tirith. Attacks Gandalf. I think this could be the end of the Gandhi man, to be honest. I think this could be the end of the Gandalf. Probably gonna play... Let's see. Would you use the Words of Power here? Probably would use the Words of Power to try and see if you can... They chose a character card, so it's... It has to be that, really, I think. Yeah, so you're just trying to basically just hope for 2 6s and just get it done. Fandalf. Oh, oof. He just can't kill the Gandhi man. Gandalf has been dodging laser beams this game. Gandalf runs away there! Dude! You just surely leave... I mean, I did this in my last game. I think in this situation, you leave Gandalf in Pelargir. You leave him there. Let the wizard stay there. And you move the army back. Because now Gandalf's... Well, I suppose at the start of next turn they can move him into Minas Tirith. But... It means you have to waste a die doing a single army move. Although that means they can get the leadership in. Okay, yeah. You want to get the extra leadership in there anyway. Maybe they want to get Gandalf in Minas Tirith. Okay. This is a chaotic game. This is a chaotic game of War of the Ring. Okay, good. Again, the eyes are back with a vengeance. Okay, so this, still lots of must. Okay, so I was going to say this could be a good turn to do some military stuff, but it is actually the 5 dice that Price has rolled are good ones for this situation. He musters again in there, which means they could still. I mean, again, amazingly, there's still no scouts been drawn, but it does still leave Gandhi open to dying. Still not moving Gandalf away. Wow, it's almost like at this point I would think they would be baiting the scouts. Like, it's just so risky leaving Gandalf out in the air. He could have died about 2 or 3 times already. I mean, now you have to move Gandhi. Surely you move Gandalf. This army's going to attack the Gandalf. They're going to kill the Gandalf. They're not killing Gandalf. Oh, they're going for glory. Okay. Gandalf is just... You do realize Gandalf, he can only die once. He can't die like 3 times. Because it feels like the way the Free Peoples are playing, it's as if you can resurrect Gandalf. But I guess they've been holding on to this help unlooked for. That's maybe why they've been doing that. Okay. But this is fun, at least. No cards. Ketchup Time gets the 2 hits. Press, and then now Gandalf goes in. Okay, so that was all done for that reason. Maybe the reason Price didn't attack was because he thought they had the scouts. That's all I can think of, really. But yeah, interesting one. Minas Tirith, stay. If this goes well for the Free People, it could really open up the door again to another crazy attack on Umbar or Minas Morgul. I really hope that happens. It would be very funny. They are terrible against Daring Defiance. Did he say he's not shining? No shine? Forfeits leadership of all Japan. Okay, because you can't do that if you shine. So it cancels that they're terrible, but it does mean they're getting extra rerolls. On 5s. Don't think that's a good deal, personally. Don't think that's a good deal. I think I would rather shine than play Daring Defiance. Personally. Because now they're rolling on 5s. So that would have been no hits. Now it's... Oh, wait. That doesn't make a difference because it's a field battle anyway. Okay, yeah, doesn't make any difference. 3 hits, but that's quite a lot of hits. Quite a lot of hits. I suppose... yeah, whatever. Okay, press draw. What's going on now? Now they're going to the siege. Okay, so the Gandalf madness seems to be over, finally. We've trapped the wizard, he screams. Slippery little bloke. He is a slippery fella. He is a slippery wizard. And finally we go on to turn 12. I feel like this game is edging its way towards a Shadow victory now. I feel like the Shadow are going to just bludgeon their way over the line before the Free People, because the Fellowship's still probably, what, at least a turn away from Mordor. Then it's going to be, on average, 2.5 turns to get over the line. And here, what's the hunt pool like? It's got some red tiles in there. I think, yeah, I'm favouring the Shadow quite strongly at this point. I think they can... I mean, the only issue they've got is they're probably running out of... They've gone through the whole character deck, pretty much. Doesn't really feel like it. Because they've used a lot of those character cards in combat rather than to actually hurt the Fellowship. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a... I think it might be more of a straightforward game from now on. Famous last words. Another one into just one eye this time. Fellowship moves. They're not hit 3 city. Foul thing. It's just a 1. Draw. Pippin, the Bobbit. So that's going pretty ideal. That's gone perfectly. Absolutely perfectly for price there. The perfect distance to get the Hobbit into Erebor. Activates all the combat cards to defend Erebor. That could be a game-changing moment for the defense. Have they drawn a... They haven't drawn a single eye. That is pretty freakish. That's, yeah, but that does mean that the pool in Mordor could be pretty awful. 4 eyes, 2 3s, and then the 3 reveals here. So ideally, you want to get some of these now. You want to get probably the reveals in the next few draws. Get those out of the pool. Yep, so that's pretty nice. But they are in 2, and then they get the eye. Okay, but that does mean the pool in Mordor is going to be absolutely horrendous for the Free People. Yeah, even more horrendous. So now we're getting the Witch King going up here. These armies are coming up here to try and kill the wizard. Kill that slippery wizard. Erebor's put under siege. Although... I wonder if that guy's got... Moria. Okay. Okay. I guess at this point, the chances of the Free People actually winning a military victory are so low that they might as well sortie and then maybe try and take back Lorien? And slow... That's a good way of slowing down the Shadow, actually. I like that move. I think that makes a lot of sense. Especially if they've got a good card. Heroic Death, that's pretty ideal, I think, actually. Catch-up time gets the 1 hit. Just the 1 hit, which is not ideal, but only 1 back. They have to press, I think, yeah. Although that does now mean that this army can just march back into here. But it is wasting the dice of the Shadow. That attacks that. They don't have... If they can hurt... They can't use a die to move this army into here. So if they attack that and hurt it, then first move next turn, they can attack into Lorien. Price G is just hell-bent on getting to the victory points. They go for Erebor or Erebork. Love a bit of Erebork. Price is rubbish dice, continue, but they do get the 1 hit, so that's average at least. Catch-up time has the number of the beasts, but has no reroll. Has no reroll because of Foul Stench. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. You roll the number of the beast. Price quite appropriately thanks the Lord. who has stopped the beast. That is nuts. Okay, that's really unlucky. You almost want to, like, you know, store those dice. Can I roll those 3 6s as my next 3 dice imaginarily? But they attack the Dimwell Dale, which is smart. Only the 1 hit though, which is annoying. Oh no, sorry. Some Price only gets the 1 hit. Catch-up Time gets the 2 hits, so that's good. Oh, they combine into there. I thought you'd go into Lorien, to be honest. I thought you'd go into Lorien. Because that means, yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think you go into Lorien to just make this harder to take. So now it's so much easier to take 1 than 2. When you've only got 4 dice, 5 dice, rolling 1 6 as possible. Rolling 2 6s, much harder to do. Much harder to do. Red tile goes in. Yeah, I think the chances of them taking back Lorien have significantly grown. Because, yeah, I think that's a mistake. Athelas, very good timing. King Brands. The other thing is this army is going to be pesky, isn't it? That's going to come and try and take back Dale. That's going to come and try and take back Dale. Good. 0 eyes added to the hunt. The 3 people move on the track. They get the eye. To reveal. Move corruption up. Fair enough. Lure of the Ring. Oh, who are we going to get? We get the Lego man. Dead. Athelas played. Yeah, see, this is a situation where I've done this myself many times, where I have Athelas, and then I don't use it at the beginning of the turn, and then I'm in a position where I'm losing a companion. And like, for example, that Lure of the Ring, if it had taken Aragorn, then oh, that really, really stings. So I think in that instance, I know that he's worried about them adding another red tile, but considering how many red tiles are already in there, I think they're all in there already. So I think you had to play Athelas first. You have to play Athelas first at the start of that turn. Not that it matters, because Athelas is does fuck all. Yeah, that is very unlucky. All kinds of corpses evens out, does absolutely nothing. The game continues to be, yeah, chaotic. Now we are attacking Erebor once again. We get the shield wall, very nice, against the onslaught. Quite early to play an onslaught. I don't like playing, in this instance, I think I would start with the Desperate Battle. Keep the onslaught as the last ditch one, because if you use the onslaught, you want to use the onslaught to finish it off, not when it's already stacked and it's still got lots of units in it, because then if the onslaught fails, you're in really big shit, deep shit. Whereas, I mean, the Desperate Battle, the only problem is then, if you play it early, they're rolling full dice with 3 rerolls, so that's dangerous as well. They're all dangerous. It's all bad. Everything is bad. Yeah, maybe you just play the onslaught to cycle cards. That's the purpose of it. Price G gets the 1 hit. 3 hits back. Yeah, they're going to need to muster some forces here to buff that up. Also, with the Elves at War now, this can just take back Dale. I think I would have taken out that first, to be honest, because that, guys, he can just plop into Dale. Not that there's anything to muster in the north, I think, anymore. NC, Devery of Orthanc. Where are we attacking here? Erebor. Do we have a... Oh, we have... Oh, it's this little guy. Has he come all the way from here? Wow, he's gone on an adventure. Wow, that's good. That good. Me like. Very bad for the catch-up time. Well, not very bad, but not great. Too bad. Okay, now this looks like Erebor might fall. I'm not sure if I would press there. Oh, they've got Dane, though. Yeah, okay. Knowing they've got Dane, yeah, okay. Very smart to press. Try and finish this bad boy off. Get it done. Now you play the Desperate Battle. Or maybe even the... No, screw it. Play the Deadly Strife. Finish the bastard. Oh, so close. If that had missed, then you'd get the Day 9 Fitzguard played. That's crucial. Over the line. Could still be a close... But now... I think the 3 people had to try and take back this earlier this round as well, to be honest, because while that's sat there, it opens it up to this attack. And you really wanted to get Lorien under siege before this could attack you. The problem is, I can't remember what dice the free people had, if they had a dice to actually do this. And if you use your C dice, then it diminishes your chance. You think you need to use a C dice to try and win the game. So yeah, maybe there wasn't the dice to do it. It's a bit of a lose-lose situation there. Okay, that's interesting. Moving them down here to try and cause some tricks. Unlucky to not get any hits though there by Price. Now they attack. So that's okay. That's worked out perfectly for them. That was very lucky, very lucky indeed for the free people. I actually kind of missed the dice rolls there. Let's have it. It's gonna be hard to see here. I can just go up a little bit. Yeah. So Price gets no hits with 3 dice, and there are just a 1 hit. But yeah, that's unlucky. On 5s. You'd hope to get at least 1 hit there. Hopefully more. Okay, now, unless they start hitting red tiles, this could go the way of the free people, thanks to this. An 3 reveals painful, but you take it. That worked out really nicely, losing Gimli. That means you can still keep the speed up next turn. Hopefully, if they're lucky, they will get a very low eye roll. I think I would... Yeah, let's see what happens. Power too great. It's the other way around. How does that work? Can you stop the? Can you just evacuate this guy? 2 eyes added. Okay, that kind of sucks because there's not many nice tiles left. Not many nice tiles left at all. 1, 2, 3, quote unquote good tiles. The rest are really going to hurt. But you don't need that much movement to get over the line. Definitely going to need some luck, though. The free people's going to need some, especially as... Have they still got Bilbo's Song? They've still got Bilbo's Song. Okay, that helps. Hides the Fellowship. Fords Vizon. Okay, they're trying to get over the line. Gets the 2 hits, 1 back. Nice. Just leaving it open. No cares in the world. No musters here. Bit risky to go into this with this size army, to be honest. Do they have... They don't have that mustering. They had one of the... I think they played a Valor much earlier in the game. Helm's Deep, attacked. They also have 2 end cards. Yeah, this army is screwed. This army is completely screwed. They're now combining armies here. But having said that, they don't need to take this army. They just need to... Okay, this has happened. I wasn't really paying attention. During some of these movements, they've redefended Dale, which is good. That makes perfect sense. This army could, I suppose, try and take Woodland Realm, but that's going to be very dice intensive and unlikely to work. Lorien, advantageous position. That's surely, yep. Yeah, I think there were some big errors made when the Dimwell Dale army didn't go back into Lorien. Helm's Deep. Going to be incredibly lucky here. Only 2 dice for the shadow. You're not going to play that Relentless Assault, are you? Wait, they don't play Horn Dark. Are you insane? Are you actually insane? What? Why? Why do you not play Horn Dark? You've got 2 end cards. Oh, because... Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. It's because they played Grand. Oh, wow, this might actually work. Holy moly. That's nuts. I can't believe they're actually going to take this down. Now, obviously, you play the End card. Okay, I wasn't paying close enough attention here. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. This is the longest video I'm ever going to make, probably. Catch-up time rolls the double 6. With no hits. Oh, we're going to lose the Witch King. I don't think we can. There's not enough rounds in the game. But we got Ent's Rage versus Desperate Battle. Add 2 dice to your combat rolls. They're rolling on what? Jesus Christ. What are they rolling on? On 5s, +1, +2. They're rolling on 2s. Brilliant. So Price G gets... He needs to get some hits on the rerolls here. Oof. Shoot. That has gone incredibly badly for the Shadow. Embarrassing. Needed one more round. That went, after such a good start, it went absolutely horrendously. Extremely unlucky. Draws the red tile. That was extremely likely to happen at some point. Isidur's Bane is played. Draws an eye, of course it does. Standard. Boba Song is played. Nice. Armies combining. Oh, God, this game is so it's ridiculous. Ketchup Time says, dude, your rolls are so unlucky. Yeah, totally. Okay, blue tile is drawn. First ship move. Draws a 3 tile, up to 7. Mustering here. I'm surprised there's an argument for just attacking this, trying to kill the Witch King in 5 Nazgul. Yeah. Or doing that. That's also very good, yes. Very nice, very good. Keeping the mustering going. Okay, that means they can attack with that, but they're going to use that to get that in there. Yeah. Fighting Urukai. Oh, this time on Helm's. If this goes badly, oh my god, amazing. No card, no card. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious. Zero out of 10 on 6s. So now we're back to square one. That was also a very risky play, but it didn't have to go that badly. As for you people, did the Shadow card? There are not many cards. Do you not play some more bats at some point in that? Would that have worked if they played some more bats? No, their rolls were so bad that even some more bats wouldn't have helped them. That's abysmal. That's actually absolutely abysmal. I think I would have tried it though. What are their rolls now? -10 on 6s. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 4 reveal. And now they're up to here. On the last step, on 11 corruption. With with 1 tile. Or 2, well, actually, any of these 3 would work if they can hide using the Golem ability. So, yeah. Very, very crazy game. Minas Tirith is attacked. Shine, Gandalf shines, 2 leader. Now we play some more bats. I'm guessing they were saving it for this to try and get over the line there and have a card cycle perhaps. Now Price is getting okay rolls. Press draw, draws into Relentless Assault. You play a Relentless Assault, I think, just to try and force it over. I think against this Gandalf, you just go for the Relentless Assault and try and roll on 4s and just get 2 hits, because Gandalf's hard to hit on 6s with no rerolls. Well, only 2 rerolls. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that can happen. And now he's having to press, so he's losing guys anyway. Yeah, I think you played the Relentless Assault, man. But okay, it worked. It's fine. What card was the Relentless Assault? Rage of the Dunlendings. Okay, maybe you're saving the Rage of the Dunlendings to actually get an army down here. I don't know. Iron Hills, no card. Where even is Iron Hills? Up here. Yeah. Okay, so stop them mustering. Then they scouts away. Finally, the scouts is happening. Corsairs, woof. And hasn't got any character cards to play. Ketchup Time says screw it, goes for it. What is the odds? I think it's a it's not that bad given the circumstances. I think it's a 3 and 7. And it's a red. And Price wins. I feel like I've aged watching that game. I feel like I've aged about a year. Thank you very much for showing that, Price. That was indeed a very fun game. It gave me a lot of enjoyment. I think, personally, I would have done a lot of things differently. But hell, I mean, it made for a great spectacle. So I loved the Gandalf shenanigans around here. I think the main ways I would have played it differently as 3 people is I would have had more eyes on trying to combine a mega army and go into Mordor with rather than dancing around here so much. I think that through a day and a night play would have. I mean, it worked out pretty much the same in the end, but I think that would have been a much more convenient way of handling that. I do wonder if going to Woodland Realm, I guess that point of healing did help in the end, but maybe it slowed the game down a bit, gave the Shadow more time to kind of, get more red tiles into the pool and stodge things up a bit. But yeah, wow. Speechless. Thank you very much. Well played, both competitors. Just what the hell happened in Helm's Deep? Grond and the other one both failing so miserably. I mean, fair play to us for price for winning with these dice as well. And fair play to Catch Up Time for just creating an incredibly entertaining situation with the North especially. Cool. Like and subscribe, people. I've become a YouTube whore. The main reason I say that is just because when I get the little likes, it's just nice. It just feels nice. But yeah, if you've made it this far, all 3 of you, well done, and have a nice day. I love you. Bye.